Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, on the right track, the province's plan to bring a high-speed passenger train through Edmonton. Shining a light on shady tactics, some municipalities want door-to-door solar panel sales to stop. And a Second World War veteran reflects on a new Juno Beach memorial where he fought during D-Day.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Plans for high-speed passenger rail lines through Edmonton and Calgary are moving forward. Today, the province shared its new rail master plan and a $15 million budget to advance the project. CTV's Evan Kenny joins us now from one of the future stops, Edmonton's International Airport. So, Evan, where will these trains run?
Matt, the first phase of the line will be coming to the International Airport. It will start in St. Albert, cut through the middle of Edmonton, and end here. Now, that's just the beginning of the province's 30-year plan.
Alberta is ready for rail.
One day, Albertans will have another way of getting around the province. The government will spend the $15 million over the next 3 years on planning.
That'll allow us to have conversations with Mayor Farkas and Mayor Knack about accelerating our partnership on building the routes to the airport.
The plan is to start with lines through Edmonton and Calgary to each city's airport, with trains running every 20 minutes.
I think that this line would be so convenient for many people.
I think it would be very exciting. In the 1 week we've been here, there has been a little bit of congestion on the roads.
We're sitting at around 8 million passengers in 2025, and as we look to the future, obviously we want to grow that. And when we have something like this available to passengers, I think that really opens up a lot of the doors.
The next train would depart Edmonton for Calgary, making a stop in Red Deer.
Let's make sure we're building out the local infrastructure that we need so that as they're building out potentially a high-speed rail in the future, you've got the core elements of it already built out.
While the build could take about 30 years, an exact timeline and cost is still unclear as the province looks for private partners. It's also not clear if Ottawa will be involved.
The minister and I also met with Federal Minister Steve McKinnon a couple of weeks ago and let him know that this was coming, because as you've seen in Eastern Canada, they're talking about a high-speed rail between Quebec City and Toronto. We think this would be a nice companion project in Western Canada.
The goal is to one day connect these lines with the LRT.
That gives us opportunities to talk about things like the high-level bridge replacement, and maybe a future high-speed rail line needs to have that river crossing. Can we tie this together?
Alberta's passenger rail master plan also shows plans for lines traveling between Edmonton and 5 other cities, including Jasper, Fort McMurray, and Grand Prairie. The province says a high-speed rail line between Edmonton and Calgary would travel at more than 300 kilometers an hour and get passengers from one city to another in about an hour. Matt?
All right, Evan Kenny live at the airport tonight. Thank you. A 30-year-old man is accused of sexually assaulting a minor. Edmonton police believe there may be more victims. Brian Brooke Kaskaman also faces charges of interference in administering a noxious substance. Police say he uses the dating app Grindr to meet minors and invites vulnerable young people to his home in northeast Edmonton. Kaskaman has been released on conditions including not to have contact with anyone under the age of 16. Anyone with any information is asked to come forward or speak anonymously with Crime Stoppers. Police say a bomb threat at the Grey Nuns Hospital was a false alarm. Edmonton police responded around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon and limited access to the hospital. It reopened a few hours later when police determined the threat was not credible. Covenant Health says patient care continued inside the hospital during that investigation. Edmonton public students will not be taking any international school trips during the next school year. The school board says it made the decision based on global political, economic, and public health challenges. The board says it's making the safety of students its priority. It says the early decision will allow schools and families to adjust their plans and explore trips within our country. International student exchanges and 4 previously approved trips for the 2026-27 school year are also canceled. The division says it will continue to monitor the global landscape and reassess for the 2027-28 school year. As solar panels become more popular in Alberta, some municipalities want the province to tighten rules around company sales tactics. Door-to-door sales for other home energy products were banned nearly a decade ago. As CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports, solar wasn't banned and still isn't included.
In the eco-friendly Blatchford neighborhood, solar panels are on nearly every roof. They're a requirement here, but are also becoming more common elsewhere.
You can talk to those 45,000 Albertans who have solar. The vast majority of them are really happy with it.
Some people's experiences, however, aren't so sunny.
We see homeowners all the time who say, well, how come my system's not performing the way that it was originally presented to me? Well, you paid 5 times the going rate.
Solar broker Jordan Krulak says a big part of the problem is high-pressure door-to-door sales, something banned for other home energy products, but not solar.
They sign the contract on the spot thinking, this is a great thing for the environment, this is a great thing for my energy bills. Little do they realize, they've locked into, predatory financing.
Misinformation at the door is also causing issues for municipalities about their solar incentives.
As a consequence, administration has had to devote resources to addressing confusion and correcting misinformation on the program, and this environment has arguably led to some residents losing trust in the administration of the Clean Energy Improvement Program.
St. Albert City Council agreed to bring the issue to this fall's Alberta Municipalities Conference to ask for stricter regulations. The Service Alberta minister says they are currently reviewing the rules to find ways to hold bad actors to account. Until that's done, he's urging Albertans to be cautious.
If they're not in our directory on our website, that's a big red flag, especially if they are pretending to be.
Hear their kind of pitch, but get multiple quotes. That's the key.
Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
New numbers from Statistics Canada paint an encouraging picture for employment in Alberta. The agency says unemployment in Alberta dropped last month, bringing it in line with the national rate. Alberta's jobless rate sits at 6.6%. In terms of the province's major cities, Edmonton has the highest unemployment rate at more than 7%. Stats Canada says the Canadian economy added just shy of 88,000 jobs last month. This is the first month of job gains this year. From mosquitoes to caterpillars, bug populations in Edmonton are buzzing. The CTV's Curtis Goodrum explains the spike is tied to weather and timing.
That's a lot of mosquitoes.
A lot of rain in recent weeks has given mosquitoes perfect conditions for breeding.
The eggs are now hatching, and we're seeing development of the larvae in those temporary habitats.
Mike Jenkins with the City of Edmonton says over the next few weeks, Edmonton will see large swaths of mosquitoes.
They're going to be flying out, heading out, female suturing, looking for blood meals. Their activity is also keyed to temperature.
Mosquito behavior gets more aggressive when it's warm and muggy.
Most of their activity is going to be right around in dawn and dusk.
Also bugging some Edmontonians are tent caterpillars.
During boom seasons, their populations are really high.
Shannon Gadwa says her pest control company is seeing more calls to remove them this year, as we're now in a population boom period.
So it's important to get a handle on populations while you can, so that you can enjoy your trees and all their beautiful green leaves throughout the summer.
Gadwa says the caterpillars do not cause any long-term damage to trees. However, it will eat away at its leaves.
They do prefer broadleaf trees, so if you have poplars, aspens, birch, they're going to favor those.
The City of Edmonton's mosquito program targets roadside ditches and other habitats where mosquito larvae will be developing. Jenkins says you can help by removing any freestanding water in your yard.
Making sure that bird baths, eaves troughs, old broken kids' toys, things like that can all collect water.
Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
All of Edmonton's spray parks are now open just in time for a little bit of sun in the forecast. The city has been opening spray parks in phases over the past 2 weeks. All 78 are now open. If you prefer to swim, Fred Broadstock Pool opens tomorrow. It joins Waquentawin, Mill Creek, and Queen Elizabeth pools. Borden Natural Swimming Pool will be the last city pool to open on June 20th. As we were coming to this story about spray parks, Josh said, make sure you emphasize just a little bit of sun in that forecast.
That was perfect emphasis.
Doesn't sound good for the weekend, though, Josh.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of sun through the first half of the day tomorrow. I do think we have more showers and thunderstorms, though, in the forecast for tomorrow evening. And then early Sunday, we've probably got some showers or some steadier rain in the area. So it's not a complete washout for the weekend, but it's not going to be bright blue skies both days. 12 degrees in Edmonton right now. We get to 20 for a daytime high. Then the thunderstorms rolled through. That knocked temperatures back to 10. We've now regained a couple of degrees, and I think we'll sort of level off in the 12 or 13 degree range here for the next little bit. So this will go down. It's a pretty close to average day. Tomorrow and Sunday, probably back to about 17 or 18 for daytime highs. This is what it looks like outside right now after the showers and thunderstorms. Had some reports of hail in parts of the city. Just off to the east of the Edmonton area, some fairly sizable hail and some heavy downpours for a couple of areas. All the severe thunderstorm watches and warnings for Edmonton have ended. Still some watches in effect off to the east and northeast, though. Actually, north of Fort McMurray, there's a rainfall warning for this weekend. They'll get some heavy, steady rain. This is where the bulk of the thunderstorm activity is right now, off to the east, northeast. Still a couple new pop-ups there back to the west, so they can't completely rule out a chance of a spotty shower before tonight is done, but for the most part, looks like we're done with most of the rain for tonight. We'll get some clearing overnight. Sunshine to start the day tomorrow. By noon, the cloud cover starts to increase and about 18 for a high, with some showers and thunderstorms either late afternoon or into the evening hours. Closer look at that and the rest of your weekend forecast in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, a Second World War veteran reflects on a new memorial where he fought during D-Day.
I want the beach to be a haven of love.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A new memorial is being built in Normandy, France, to honor the Canadian soldiers who died during D-Day. With fewer Second World War veterans around to talk about what happened, the Juno Beach Centre expansion is important to preserve history. CTV's Amanda Anderson spoke with a local veteran who fought there.
We fought to the death.
Marty Jones was just 19 years old when he was faced with the reality of war.
It was a rude awakening, for a young guy.
He was an anti-aircraft gunner aboard the HMCS Prince Henry as it brought landing craft filled with Canadian troops to Juno Beach on D-Day.
Saving your brothers, but you're also dumping them to their death. And that kind of stuff hurt. Never had a chance to say goodbye. Just wave to them because you're too busy saving your own neck.
It's been 82 years since that day. It helped change the course of the Second World War. Memories that are still vivid for the now 101-year-old veteran.
We never recover from the things that are in the back of our heads that we had to face.
381 Canadians died on the beaches of Normandy June 6th. The head of the Juno Beach Centre in Normandy, France, says many people don't realize Canadians were involved.
The Canadians were known to go further and closest to their objectives for D-Day that they were meant to meet, and that was something we can be proud of.
The names of those killed on this shoreline will be honoured on a new memorial being built at the Juno Beach Centre.
It's going to change probably the emotion that you have when you're there. There's so much there already. If you've been there, you kind of come away going, you can't replicate or describe what you feel. But I think the monument will add to that.
Enbridge, an Alberta-based company, donated $150,000 for the memorial.
We have offshore wind in Normandy, so we saw this as a meaningful way to honor the Canadians who gave their lives on D-Day in 1944 and to help preserve that legacy for future generations.
It's part of a major expansion at the centre, which still needs to raise more than $6 million. A fundraising campaign Lavoisier hopes will increase programs offered here in Canada.
A lot of our focus is to ensure that we get into the communities and the schools. So, we don't want to be known for 1 or 2 days a year, June 6th and November 11th.
I want the beach to be a haven of love. I want it for the kids to run with mom and dad and their dog in the surf. That's what I want. Yeah, if I can't get that, it wasn't worth it.
The memorial should be done in 2028, a year before the 85th anniversary of D-Day. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A family from Manning is giving back to the Ronald McDonald House by donating dozens of quilts in memory of their daughter. More than 30 handmade blankets were donated to the quilt room at Ronald McDonald House this morning. The room gives people staying at the house a chance to pick out a quilt of their own. The donation comes from a family who stayed at the house while their daughter received medical care. 2-year-old Presley had a rare neurodevelopment condition. Presley's aunt says her niece's death inspired her to keep adding to the quilt room.
She picked out one that I had brought about 2 months prior to that, 2-3 months prior to that. And when things were not going well and it was obvious that she was not going to come out of this, she actually passed away covered in that quilt.
A plaque dedicated to Presley was also unveiled this morning. Still to come tonight on CTV News, the Nest Best Thing. Local students create an app to help identify different bird eggs.
There's definitely interest within museums for these kind of time-saving tools.
Programming brought to you by the music of Harry Potter with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
So this is a brown-headed cowbird, and this is a yellow-breasted chat.
As you can see, it can be difficult to tell the difference between the eggs of different birds, so students at Northwest College helped a curator at the Royal Alberta Museum identify 21 eggs that were donated to the RAM. The students spent hours taking photos of the eggs and building an app that uses AI to identify which bird species the eggs belong to.
There's definitely interest within museums for these kind of time-saving tools, and really that is what they are tools. And then we'll constantly need to be checking the results of these tools, but while we do that, we're also improving the model, right? If we're saying, no, it's this, or no, it's that.
The app is still a prototype, and once it's complete, it could help the museum identify an egg in minutes rather than researching for hours. I hope they call it the Examiner, Josh. That'd be a pretty good name for that app. Not bad.
That
is bad.
Really good. Wow.
Weather-wise,
excellent.
Weather-wise, it was a little scrambled today. We started sunny side up, and then by this afternoon, things turned deviled. And you know, I don't know what's going on out there.
You're
going to
flip for the weekend. Take a look outside right now at the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace fixed right over its free. 12 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies in Edmonton. We've got 10 to 14 degree range across the city, depending on where you are, and a range of about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain with those storms that rolled through. There may be some backyard stations, though, that saw a little bit more than that if you were underneath one of those big dumps, but most of the city, about 5 to 10. 14's Fort McMurray, Cold Lake, 14 as well in Jasper right now, and 18 in Grand Prairie. No severe thunderstorm warnings. We do have watches, though, for east central and parts of northeastern Alberta, and then north of Fort McMurray could see 50 or 60 millimeters of rain. Now, we thought that might develop further south in the Cold Lake, Bonnyville, St. Paul region this weekend. It's looking like it's going to be a little bit further north, Fort McMurray and north, that we'll see the heaviest, steadiest rain. You are certainly getting a good dump, though, once again, in those areas that were hammered with 150-plus millimeters of rain here earlier in the week. So, as you heard earlier, the last couple of days from farmers in that area, the last thing they want now is more rain, but you are getting some big pockets of heavy rain. Fortunately, doesn't look like any real hail there. A couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms coming off the foothills. I think that stuff to the south of us probably slips just past the southeast corner of the city, and so we'll see what happens with those hit-and-miss showers to the west. For the most part, I think we're just going to get into some clearing here later on this evening and overnight tonight. There's your steadier rain across the north. While here in the Edmonton area, surrounding regions, some sunshine for the first half of the day. I think by lunchtime, the clouds start to roll back in, and you can see by supper time, you get at least a chance of some hit-and-miss showers or thunderstorms. And then the heaviest, steadiest rain is probably going to drop back to the west of Edmonton on Sunday, but especially through the first half of the day, I think there's a pretty decent chance that we'll see at least some showers, maybe some steadier periods of rain. 12 in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, 4 in Red Deer. Look at Jasper, 1 tomorrow morning. 16 Fort McMurray, 20 for Cold Lake. Grand Prairie, Peace River, about 12 or 13 degrees, and into the high teens in Red Deer with the chance of some thunderstorms later in the day. We'll drop to about 7 degrees. There's your pleasant for the first half of the day. Nice start to the day. And then after hitting about 18 for a daytime high, mid to late afternoon, we get into that chance of showers and possibly a stray thunderstorm. A little better chance for that rain overnight Saturday into Sunday morning, about 16 or 17 with some sunny breaks Sunday afternoon, and then highs near 20 for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it does look a little drier through the first half of next week. Not a lot of heat in that forecast, though, until maybe the middle of June.
All right, Josh, thank you. Parts of Yellowhead Trail will be reduced to one lane over the weekend. Starting tonight at 10 o'clock, the Yellowhead will be down to a single lane eastbound near 107th Street. That closure will last until Monday at 6 a.m. Other closures in the area will continue through July. The right turn from northbound 107th Street to eastbound Yellowhead is closed, and the left turn from northbound 107th Street to westbound Yellowhead is down to one lane. The closures are part of the Yellowhead Trail freeway conversion plan. When we return, a local school celebrates the end of the year with a Friday fiesta.
I really want people to learn about a lot of the Spanish cultures and dances from around South America and Central America, and how vibrant the cultures are there.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Nearly 10 years after first headlining the Edmonton Folk Music Festival of Monsters and Men returned to the Gallagher Park stage this year. The lineup also features musicians like Cat Power and Arrested Development. Folk Fest tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock online. The rainy weather couldn't dampen the fiesta spirit at Escuela Mill Creek School today. Colorful costumes, music, and dance were on display as students took part in the school's annual fiesta celebration. Students in kindergarten to grade 6 performed dances from countries like Costa Rica, Peru, and Spain. Organizers say the event gives students a chance to celebrate their language, culture, and community.
I think it's pretty cool to do all this fiesta work and set up like the chairs and music and stuff.
I really want people to learn about a lot of the Spanish cultures and dances from around South America and Central America, and how vibrant the cultures are there.
The annual fiesta started 25 years ago and continues to grow each year. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.